Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Kai and this is a short presentation demonstrating how Muslims mimic Orthodox Christian prayer. The Quran mentions the Psalter, or Zabur in Arabic. For example, see Surah 21 verse 105. The Psalter is the entire collection of the Psalms of David arranged for liturgical use. It is an integral core component of all Orthodox prayer, and by its very nature it is meant to be recited, and done so in a monotonous way. It is arranged into 20 units, or kathismata in Greek, so as to complete recitation of the entire Psalter on a weekly basis. A single unit, or kathisma, is typically a collection of multiple psalms into one unit. There is one exception where one psalm comprises a kathisma unto itself due to its extraordinary length compared to the rest of the psalms. The Quran mimics the Psalter in that just like the Psalter it is used in prayer, it is meant to be recited, and just like the Psalter, not in a melodious manner. The sudden changes of themes within a single surah reflects the changing themes of multiple psalms strung together within a single kathisma. This table shows the typical ordering of the kathismata arranged according to recitation at matins, or morning services, and vespers, or evening services. The above ordering is what is followed predominantly throughout the year. However, other orderings also exist to adjust for various feasts, fasting seasons, and whether a vigil is performed. For example, the Psalter is recited in its entirety twice per week during Lent. This table shows which psalms belong to which kathisma. Putting the two tables together, you can see that the majority of psalms are recited in pairs of kathismata throughout most of the year. There is a structure in the way in which the kathismata are recited. Without getting into pedantic details, the overall structure starts with opening glorifications and supplications, which leads into the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father. These glorifications, supplications, and Lord's Prayer form what is known as the Trisagion prayers. After these prayers, one recites the respective kathisma. Then there's a repetition of the Trisagion prayers before reciting the next kathisma. In Islam, every prayer is broken down into units, with each unit having a particular structure of what is to be recited when and what actions are to be performed. For example, standing, bowing, prostrating, and so on. The morning Islamic prayer consists of 2 units. The noon, afternoon, and evening prayers consist of 4 units, and the dusk or sunset prayer consists of 3 units. The general structure in terms of recitation for the first 2 units is the opening glorification of Allahu Akbar and some brief supplications, launching into Surat al-Fatiha, or the first surah of the Quran, then following that, any other surah of the Quran, followed by various glorifications and supplications as one goes into bowing and prostrations, then upon standing to begin the second unit, a repeat of the first surah followed by any other surah that is different from the additional surah recited in the first unit. No surahs in addition to Surat al-Fatiha are to be recited in the third and fourth units. Though Orthodoxy and Islam each have their own peculiarities in many respects when it comes to prayer, at its core, in terms of its structured recitation, Islamic prayer basically mimics Orthodoxy. The stringing together of multiple psalms in the Psalter explains why the Quran constantly changes themes during recitation of most surahs, namely, the Quran is trying to copy the Psalter. This is just another example of Muhammad stealing from other religions and calling it Islam.